Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 23 October 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let us identify the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames, starting from half-yearly time frame. During this process, we will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Okay, first I'm selecting the time frame as a half yearly. Let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. Only one stock is filtered near to the half yearly demand zone. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. So I request you pause the video, study the report. Once you complete your study, you can proceed further. In case if you does not know how to study this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. In that video, I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, the next report for half-yearly time frame, let us find the stocks near half-yearly supply zone. No stocks are available. The next time frame is quarterly. Let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. Two stocks are filtered near to the quarterly demand zone. Next, for quarterly time frame, let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. Two stocks are filtered near to the quarterly supply zone. Next time frame is monthly. Let us find the stocks near monthly demand zone. Six stocks are filtered near to the monthly demand zone. Next, for monthly time frame, let's find the stocks near monthly supply zone. One stock is filtered near to the monthly supply zone. Next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. These are the first 15 stocks. Scrolling the list down. So total 17 stocks are filtered, which are near to the weekly demand zone. Next, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. Two stocks are filtered near to the weekly supply zone. Next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. Four stocks are filtered near to the daily demand zone. Let's verify any high liquidity zones. Asian Paint is having a high liquidity demand and supply zones. And Axis Bank is also having high liquidity daily demand zone. If you can find a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zones, you can plan your trades. Okay, next for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Let's identify high liquidity supply zones, if any. IEX is having a daily high liquidity supply zone, but this is pierced, so it's not a valid zone. So we have only one valid high liquidity daily supply zone from this list. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next, for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered near to the 75 minutes demand zone. Let us identify high liquidity demand zones from this list. Exide Industries is having a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone, already tested 4 times and 6 rejections from this zone. Next, Motherson is having a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone, and Siemens is having a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone. So we have identified 3 high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay, next, for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. So let us identify high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, Oberoi Realty is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone from this list. So we have identified one high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next, for 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 1 stock is filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Let's identify any of these zones are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minutes demand zone confluence with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. Let's filter the stocks. 3 stocks are filtered. Already Tata Steel is pierced, you can't use it. Balakrishna Industry is also pierced, you can't use it. Okay, next, for 15 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. Again, 4 supply zones are filtered. So let's identify any of these supply zones are having ITF confluence. So 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence, I am enabled the filter. 2 stocks are filtered. These 2 are having ITF confluence. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these 7 stocks are having ITF confluence. That is 5 minutes demand zone confluence with 15 minutes demand zone. So I am enabling the filter 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone. The demand zone confluence. We got only 1 stock. Okay, next, for 5 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let's identify ITF supply zone confluence. That is 5 minute supply zone confluence with 15 minute supply zone confluence. I am enabling this filter. Let's verify. These 3 supply zones are having ITF confluence. That means 5 minute supply zones are part of 15 minute supply zones. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Next, let us identify NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY. So Nifty 50, and let's start with monthly time frame. I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is a NIFTY monthly supply demand zone chain. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones, and look into the pierced column if any of the zones are pierced. If pierced count is more than 0, it is a pierced zone. And always look into the LTF trend to identify the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Now I selected monthly, So monthly trend is LTF trend is uptrend. One time frame higher is quarterly, one more time frame higher is yearly. This is the way you have to understand the remaining reports, and also don't forget to pause the video before you proceed with the next report. Okay, next time frame is weekly. I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes. I am generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is a NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next we will generate BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. That is nothing but NIFTY Bank. Let's start with monthly time frame. I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the last time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So we have completed BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next set of reports are about bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trade. So let's start with monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at daily, I am selecting bullish, and daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count is 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement should always be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhancer score should be 12. With all the 3 filters are applied to daily demand zone. Now let's filter the stocks. 16 stocks are filtered. That means all these 16 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame daily. All these are all daily demand and supply zones. In bullish trade setup, always you should look into the demand zone, not supply zone. Never take supply zone trade in bullish trade setup. Okay, in these 16, there could be some high probability supported stocks. To identify them, let us use ITF confluence. That is a daily demand zone confluence with weekly demand zone. That means the daily demand zone should be part of the weekly demand zone. Both will be overlapped. So I am enabling the filter daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. Out of 16, how many will filter? 8 stocks. So these 8 are high probability supported stocks, because all these 8 demand zones are part of the weekly demand zone. And weekly means ITF. ITF trend is uptrend. Always bullish trade setup, ITF trend is uptrend. When uptrend, EMA confluence works very well. So that's why if any of these weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, they are high probability setups. Even more high probability, because daily zone is part of the weekly zone, and weekly zone is a trend, is a uptrend, and also weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at weekly time frame, I am enabling the filter weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. 6 stocks are filtered. All these 6 stocks are high probability supported stocks, because they are having weekly EMA confluence, the weekly zones. And also daily zone is part of the weekly zone. And also weekly trend is uptrend, that is ITF trend. And some of these zones are high liquidity demand zones. These are all the daily demand zones. Okay, next let us look for next combination LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. That means daily zone is part of weekly, both together again part of the monthly zone. So let's verify that. But before that, we have to remove this EMA filter. I removed it. So now in the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we need to set. One is already enabled. That is daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence is already enabled. Next filter I am setting daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, and weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence I enabled. With all the 3 filters, let's filter the stocks. We got 3 stocks. All these 3 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, and also all the LTF zones are part of weekly, both together again part of the monthly zone. That means everything is part of monthly zone. And all the 3 stocks monthly trend is uptrend. If any of these stocks are having a monthly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence monthly time frame, because the daily and weekly zones are part of monthly, and also monthly trend is uptrend. So monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence I am checking. All the 3 zones are having a monthly EMA confluence. But these zones are daily zones, but they are part of the monthly confluence. And monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence. That way we can say they could be high probability setup supported stocks. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. In bearish trade setup for monthly, entry time frame daily, entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, daily time frame, entry time frame I am selecting bearish, and daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd and hands score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. Let's verify. We got 3 stocks. Currently these 3 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame daily. Now let's verify these daily zones are having high probability setups, or supported values are there, or let's verify. So first let us look for ITF confluence, that is daily supply zone should be part of the weekly supply zone. In the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter daily supply zone with weekly supply zone. With this filter, let's verify. Out of three stocks are having ITF confluence. That is, the daily zone is part of the weekly zone. Weekly is ITF. ITF trend is down. So let us verify EMA confluence for these stocks. That is weekly EMA confluence, because the daily zone is part of weekly zone. And if the weekly supply zone is having weekly EMA confluence, this weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence filter, let's verify. One stock is filtered. So this is a high probability supported stock, the supply zone. And moreover, it is also a high liquidity supply zone. This is a daily supply zone. This daily supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone. And also this daily supply zone is part of weekly, and that weekly supply zone is having weekly EMA confluence. That way it is a high probability setup supported stock. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Earlier we got three stocks with EMA confluence. ITF confluence, I think two stocks only we got, right? Two stocks. Yeah, in these two, any HTF confluence, let's verify. LTF, ITF, HTF, supply zone confluence. Already one filter is enabled, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. Next I am setting the next filter, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone. And one more filter, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. With all the three filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we did not get any stocks. Okay, fine. None of the stocks are having a HTF confluence, LTF, ITF, HTF. Okay, the next report is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone, bullish trade setup. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is a violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score 12. And all the three filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. We got 12 stocks. All these 12 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minutes. Out of these 75, how many are having high probability setup supported? For that we will filter the stocks. First filter is ITF confluence. That is in the demand zone confluence, ITF confluence for weekly income trade. The 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter we have to enable. With this filter, we got 8 stocks. And all these 8 stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 75 minutes demand zone is part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is uptrend. If any of these daily zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence filter I set. We got only one stock. This demand zone is having EMA confluence, daily demand zone. But entry time frame is 75. Whatever I am seeing in the report is 75 minute zones. This 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone. And the daily zone is having daily EMA confluence. Okay, next setup, LTF, ITF, HTF, high probability setup. I am removing this EMA filter. Now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. Already 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence is enabled. Next filter, 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone. That is HTF demand zone confluence. And the next filter is daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. That is ITF and HTF confluence. With all the three LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, we got 7 stocks. In all these 7 stocks, they are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minutes. But the 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone, both together again part of the weekly zone. And except 2 stocks, remaining stocks, weekly trend is uptrend. If those zones are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. So that's why in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. Now we got 6 stocks. In all these 6 stocks, weekly EMA confluence is there, but second one you cannot include because the second one trend is sideways. Sideways EMA confluence does not add any additional advantage. So except second stock, remaining all are having high probability setups with EMA confluence. So this is LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Daily zone is 75 minutes entry time frame is part of daily zone. Both together again part of weekly zone. And all these weekly zones are having weekly EMA confluence. And the weekly trend is also up except second, remaining all weekly trend is uptrend. So except second, remaining all are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score 12, and all the three filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. Let's filter. We got 8 stocks. All these 8 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame 75 minutes. And all the supply zones, we need to plan our trades. And in these 8, there could be some high probability supported stocks. For that, let us use different filters. First filter, ITF confluence. LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That means 75 minute supply zone should be part of the daily supply zone. So I am enabling the filter daily supply 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. So with this filter, let's verify. Now we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, 75 minute zones are part of the daily supply zones. And the daily supply zone trend is a downtrend because in bearish trade setup, if any of these daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame, because 75 minutes is part of the daily. And if this daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. We got 2 stocks. So both these stocks are high probability setup supported stocks because the supply zones are also having EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence supported stocks. Removing EMA filter, LTF, ITF, HTF. That means 75 minute supply zone should be part of daily supply zone. Both together again part of weekly supply zone. So 3 filters we should set. Already 1 filter we set. Daily supply zone with 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone is enabled. Next 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone we are enabling. Daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence also enabled. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF, supply zone confluence, we got 3 stocks. In all the 3 stocks, 75 minute supply zone is part of daily, both together again part of the weekly supply zone. Except first remaining 2 stocks are having downtrend, HTF trend, that is weekly trend. So if they are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence filter I enabled. So none of the stocks are having weekly EMA confluence, weekly supply zones. So next let us look for bullish trade setup for daily income trade. That is entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup. At 15 minutes time frame I am selecting bullish, and this 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. We got 2 stocks. So currently we have only two stocks that are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Bullish trade setup for daily income trade. That is entry time frame 15 minutes. Let's verify if any of these demand zones are having high probability supported. First, let us look for ITF Confluence. ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling that filter. Oh, both the stocks are supporting ITF Confluence. If these 15 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability, but we can't expect that at 15 minutes level zone. If it is there, it is even more. Already these 15 minutes demand zones are high liquidity demand zones. So in the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, not 15 minutes, 75 minutes, because 15 minutes zone is part of the 75 minutes zone. So the 75 minutes demand zone with the daily EMA confluence I am verifying. So one stock is filtered. Excellent. So this is a high probability setup supported stock. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I removed EMA filter. Without EMA filter, LTF, ITF confluence, earlier we got two stocks. So out of these two, how many are having even HTF confluence? 3 filters we should add. Already one filter is added, that is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Next filter, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence, and 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, we got only one stock. But HTF trend is sideways, so no need to look for EMA confluence, because EMA confluence does not give any advantage in sideways market. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade, entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone is supply zone in bullish or bearish trade setup. At 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish, and 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhance score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes supply zone. Let's verify. 13 stocks are filtered. All these 13 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame 15 minutes, zone is supply zone. But in these 13 there could be some high probability supported stocks might be there. So first filter is ITF supply zone confluence, that is 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence. That means 15 minutes supply zone is part of 75 minutes supply zone. Let's verify. Out of 13, 11 stocks are supported. That means in all these 11 stocks, 15 minutes zone, supply zones are part of the 75 minutes supply zone. If any of these, because of the ITF trend, 75 minutes trend is a downtrend. If any of these 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. So let's verify. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled, and we got 2 stocks. So in these 2 stocks, the 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. So removing the EMA filter, in the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we should set. Already 1 filter is enabled. 2 more filters, 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence, 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. All the 3 are enabled. With this LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 4 stocks. That means 15 minute supply zone is this 15 minutes. These are all 15 minute supply zones. These 15 minute supply zones are part of the 75 minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zones. And the daily trend is down in all the 4 stocks. So we can also look for daily EMA confluence, because 15 minutes and 75 minutes together part of the daily zone. So those daily zones are having daily EMA confluence. They are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, a daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. Now we got 3 stocks. In all the 3 stocks, these daily zones are having daily EMA confluence. Daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence. And our 15 minute zone is part of the daily zone. So excellent. And moreover, some of these zones are, one zone is a high liquidity supply zone, 15 minute supply zone. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. So next reports are about hourly income trade, bullish trade setup, entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, demand zone, and in bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes I am selecting bullish, and 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, that is at 5 minutes time frame, entry time frame, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 0, that means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. We got only one stock. Currently only one stock is supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Let's verify this zone is having any ITF confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone should be part of 15 minutes demand zone. Let's check whether it is available or not. 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence, I enable the filter. That means it's a high probability setup supported demand zone, because it is also a high liquidity demand zone, 5 minutes demand zone. It is part of the 15 minutes demand zone. If 15 minutes demand zone is having any EMA confluence, let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. No, it is not having daily EMA confluence. No issues. But is it having HTF confluence? Let's verify. HTF is 75 minutes demand zone. So 2 more filters, 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence, 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone with this LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Yes, this stock is also having even HTF confluence. That means 5 minutes demand zone is part of 15 minutes demand zone. Both together again part of the 75 minutes demand zone. 75 minutes trend is sideways, no need to check for EMA confluence. So this is about bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade, entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. Now let's verify this 5 minute supply zone is not pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minute supply zone. Let's verify how many stocks we get. We got a very good number of stocks. These are the first 15 stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. So total 20 stocks are filtered. All these 20 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame 5 minutes. Entry zone, supply zone. Let's verify any of these supply zones are having high probability setups. So ITF confluence we will verify first. That is 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. Now we got 12 stocks. Out of 20, 12 stocks are having 5 minute zones are part of the 15 minute supply zones. Now let's verify any of these 15-minute supply zones are having EMA confluence, because 15 minutes trend is downtrend. ITF trend, 15 minutes trend is downtrend. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, 15 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. Let's filter. Only one stock. This supply zone is having EMA confluence, daily EMA confluence. Okay, next let us verify LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. I have to remove this EMA filter. So in the supply zone confluence, we need to set 3 filters. One filter is already enabled, that is 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence filter is enabled. Next filter 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. And next filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. With all the 3 LTF, ITF, HTF confluence zones we will get. 6 stocks we got. That means in all these 6 stocks, 5 minute supply zone is part of the 15 minute supply zone. Both together again part of the 75 minute supply zone. In the 75 minute supply zone, 3 stocks are having downtrend. If any of these downtrend supported stocks are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup stocks. The supply zones, 75 minute supply zones. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter enabled. Let's verify. 3 stocks are filtered. In that one stock is having downtrend, remaining 2 sideways, you can ignore them. So TVS Motor is having high probability setup. The supply zone is having high probability setup. So this is about bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. In the final report, let's generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, that includes all sectorial indices. Remaining all are equity stocks, but the list is filtered from F&O listed companies, but they are equity stocks. I am scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. After that you can proceed. I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.